Hello and welcome. It is our first snowy day here of the season in Ohio, and what better way to keep warm than to build up some inner heat through core work. So maybe it's one of those days where it's just like, oh, it's cold, it's slushy, I don't want to go to the gym, I don't want to leave the house, I don't feel particularly motivated. That's fine. Sometimes all it takes is getting on your mat and pushing play and moving for a few minutes, and either that will be enough for that day or that'll inspire you to do a little more. So that's what we're hoping for today, is a little heat and a little inspiration. We will get warmed up with a few sun salutations. We're going to take it just 4 times through, and the first 2 times through we will use the step back to plank, cobra, and you can continue on with that through the second 2 rounds, or you can add a little intensity and heat with jumping to chaturanga and taking your upward facing dog. Just remember to always pull and belly button to spine, protect the low back, and engage the core. Push yourself, but listen to your body. All right, here we go. Meet me towards the front of your mats and standing. Feet, inner thighs drawing together, already lifting through the core, spine in line. Shoulders down and back, gaze forward. 1 breath here. And let's build some heat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hinging at the hips, lead with that heart forward fold. Taking that slight bend in the knee if needed as we get warmed up. Inhale, flat back, fingertips to mat or to thighs. Exhale, place the hands down, step it back to your plank. Drop a knee here if needed, draw elbows in, chaturanga. Drawing shoulders away from ears, elbows are still slightly bent. Your cobra. Tuck just the big toes, lifting that tailbone high, chest back to thighs, downward facing, Adho Mukha. Bend through the knees, shift that gaze forward, step or hop, feet to hands. Inhale, rise, reverse swan. Exhale, lead with that heart, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to your plank, lifting high through the core. Fingertips pressing into the mat. Lower chaturanga. Press that heart open and forward, cobra. Tuck just the big toes, lift that tailbone high. Heels drawing towards the mat, shoulders down the back. Bending through the knees, shift that gaze forward. Step or hop, feet to hands, inhale, rise. You can stay with those motions. If you stay there, you are still working, swan dive. Inhale, flat back. Step to plank or hop, chaturanga, cobra, or upward facing, thighs off the floor. Roll or tuck through the toes, downward facing dog. 1 more time, bend through the knees, shift gaze forward, step or float, feet to hands, inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive, lead with that heart. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, place hands, step to plank or hop, jump to chaturanga, cobra, or upward facing. Rolling or tucking through the toes, lifting the tailbone high, shoulders down the back. Find your 4 breaths here. Neck is loose, gaze is between upper thighs. If you can move your fingers around, you're probably placing too much weight in your wrists. Those fingertips, palms should be pressing into the mat. Begin to lift high onto the toes, lift and round through the core and the spine. Drop a knee if needed, lower all the way to your belly. Releasing the toes up to your cobra. Lower that down. Elbows come under shoulders. Hands straight out from the elbows. Rolling the shoulders down and away, lifting the chin slightly for your Sphinx pose. One more breath. Already lifting away from the mat, pressing through the elbows, forearms. Tuck the toes. You can keep one knee dropped here if needed, but at least try to lift up first to your forearm plank. If you need to keep one knee down and just hold while we move, that's totally fine. Trust me, you are still working. This, if you feel pressure in your low back, you're probably letting your belly be soft and not engaging through the pelvic floor. It's okay to lift, tuck the pelvis, lift. Holding here. We're going to begin with knee drops, double knees. 8, 1. As you can see, I'm almost still pressing my core away so it doesn't drop with my knees. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Still lifting. My knees are barely touching the floor, lifting through the core. Release. Release the toes. Heart forward. Back to your Sphinx pose. Beautiful. Draw the elbows back by the sides. Hands come in line with shoulders. Again, keep a knee dropped here if you need to. Otherwise, tuck those toes, engage that core, and reverse that chaturanga up to a full plank. High, 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 long and straight from neck to tailbone, and double knee drops here for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. Lift that tailbone high, press it back to your downward facing dog. Nice intentional breath here. Inhaling through the nostrils. Exhaling through a wide open mouth. Beautiful. Inhale as you roll forward. Exhale as you lower all the way. Beautiful. Come up to your cobra. Elbows bent, hugging the sides. Lower back down. Back to those forearms. We're going back to that forearm plank. Again, you can just hold a forearm plank. You can drop a knee and hold wherever you're at, just building strength in that core. Tuck the toes. Lift high, tucking the pelvis under, protecting that low back. Without too much rocking, you really want to keep the core steady. We're doing 12 right knee, left knee, up to that elbow. Keep breathing. 6 more. 2 more. Beautiful. Drop the hips, lift the heart, Sphinx pose. Squeezing the elbows to sides, draw the hands back, tucking the toes. Again, drop a knee if needed. Engage that core, reverse that chaturanga up to plank. Same move here. Try not to let that body rock side to side with momentum, keeping that core tight. Right knee to elbow, left knee. You externally rotate through that hip, bring that knee out to the side, halfway there. You got this. 2 more. Beautiful. Square up, lift that tailbone high, chest back to thighs, downward facing. Beautiful. Bend through the knees, shift that gaze forward, jump feet through to seated. Yes. Doing awesome. Should be melting that snow by now with that core. Come to your Dandasana. Feet are flexed. Quads are active. Sits bones grounding down. Inhale, rise. Leading with that heart, come to your forward fold, wherever it may be. No hunching. Spine is long. The morning time here, and I haven't moved very much the last couple days, so this is where I'm feeling a stretch, and that's okay. Releasing up. We're going to come to our boat pose, modified boat. You can even do one knee. This is very beginning for you, and lean back to engage that core, round through the core, shoulders away. You can draw up the other knee, knee to knee, holding. And you can stay right there, or you can begin to extend those legs, release the palms, open, Holding, drawing that belly button to spine as much as it wants to press out. Draw it in. 2 more breaths. Tap just the toes down, still engaging that core, leaning back, and then bringing the toes to a hover, and then tucking the pelvis. I'm not bringing my chest forward. I'm not bringing my knees up. I'm taking this tiny, deep crunch and pull up, Mula Bandha, through the pelvic floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Take the knees wide, drop it back, grab the blades of the feet or the big toes. Happy baby. Extend the legs straight up, feet flexed. Begin to lower them nice and slow, using control. Using control. Come to where the legs are just above the mat at a hover. Draw palms forward. Use that upper core. Pull the shoulder blades off the back. Come up and hold. You can use your fingertips here. And lower back down. We have 3 more of those. You got control. 2. It's a lot harder when you're not doing it fast for momentum. 1 more. Beautiful. Lower all the way down. Reach the arms and palms above the head. Point the toes. Drop the chin. 2 big breaths here, releasing all that tension and heat. Just let the heat flow through your body from your core. Inhale, reach. Flex the toes, hold that breath, and then exhale, up and over to the toes. Beautiful. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Keeping those knees drawn together, swing them to the side. Square it up to all 4s. Knees under hips. Wrists under shoulders. Neutral spine, but not letting the weight sink. Pressing the shoulders away. Durga Goat. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the heart. Exhale, tucking the tailbone. 1 more. Exhale. Beautiful. You can do that 1 time through, 2 times through, or 3 times through. And this is what you get when you record with a yappy dog who has nothing better to do than wait for someone to walk by. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope that core is feeling warm and activated, and maybe you're feeling a little more motivated.